Hi, my name is Bob Umlas, and on this video I'm going to show you how to get months into a list box of a user form. And I'll show you several different ways. Right now I already have a button to show the form, and all it gives me is select a month. I didn't bother to change the name, Userform 1, and I want the month names to show up in here. So I'm going to show you different ways to do that. The OK button currently doesn't do anything, so I'm going to close it here. I go back to assign the macro, and this macro is just userform1.show. So there's nothing to that. But how do we get the months into the form? Let's take a look at the form. And it says select a month. And one of the ways you can do it is you can hook up the list box to something down here in the properties called row source. So if I put the months in the worksheet, I can access it from the link of row source. So let's put in January here, and then I'm going to drag it down. Now, clearly you wouldn't have this on the same sheet or in view of this form, but this is just to show you how to get the stuff into the form. So now back to the VBA, I click on the form itself, then I click on the list box. And this whole technique, by the way, works whether it's a list box or a combo box. If I go to row source and I type sheet 1, exclamation A1 through A12, when I hit enter, you can see that they are here. So if I go back and show form, I can pick the form, pick the month. But that does require you to have the months entered into the worksheet. So let's get rid of that and show you another way. First of all, if I do this now, I'm going to get blanks because it still says A1 to A12 on sheet 1. Let's go back to the form. And instead of doing it with the row source, to get it out, I'm putting my technique for removing that, instead of selecting it all and backspacing, I hit the space bar here while I've selected row source, and then the backspace. Just backspace doesn't seem to get rid of it. So now there's no row source connected to it. In showing a form, there are things called, if I double click on the form, there's an initialize event, which I'm going to take to the top. And I commented it out, so I'm going to uncomment it. So this will run before the form displays. And what I've done, this is just not necessarily the correct technique, but it's a technique. So I'm going to loop through the 12 months, and I can do me, which refers to the whole form, which has a list box 1. That's the name of the list box. If I go back to the form and show it, click in here, it's called list box 1. Not necessarily a good name, but that's what it's called. And I'm going to add an item to it. Format I is 1 the first time through the loop, so this would be 1/1/2000. I'm going to format that with 4 M's. This was the word January. And then as I loop through this, it'll be 1/1/2000, then 2/1/2000, formatted as the full month name. So if I just run this code, I can run it from here. It's not filled up. And one advantage of that is I did not need to have the January through January through December written anywhere. So I'm going to recomment this and go, actually I'm going to delete this, and I'll show you another way. So rather than looping, let me uncomment that. Rather than looping, I can just say the list equals, so I'm not going to add an item, I'm going to say the list is this array. But again, in this case it's even worse because I had to type each month. But let's just see that this works. And there it is. So that does work. But there's a much better way. Let's get rid of all these. And uncomment that. This is probably the best way to do it. The list is going to be equal to the get custom list contents sub 4. Now where that comes from is if I go to File, Options, and I go to, probably should have done this earlier, Advanced, And maybe it's not advanced, but I think it is. Edit custom lists. This list, which you've seen before, this is get custom list contents 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can access any other list that you might have in here. So if I said get custom list contents 5, I happen to have the alphabet in here, it would show as that. So if I just click on show form, it gets that list. If I go back to here and I decide to show get custom list contents 5, when I run that, I get whatever that list is from. So this was nice and short, but I wanted to show you that because people do often have months in a user form that you want to give to the user to select. And again, this is really the best way. You have to say application.getCustomListContents to get to it, and that's all there is to it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is also shown in my book on the right, More Excel Outside the Box. My other books are This Isn't Excel, It's Magic, which is a book of tips and tricks, which you can get from MrExcel.com or Amazon. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, this one you cannot get from Mr. Excel. It's from Amazon. But these other two books you can get from MrExcel.com or Amazon.com by just typing my last name into the Amazon search. Okay, that's it. Nice and short. Hope you enjoyed it.